So Caitlin Clark is obviously a big part of Team USA. And for FIBA, they have no... FIBA don't give a damn about what USA basketball cares about. FIBA don't give a damn about the BS non-basketball narratives. FIBA is the World Basketball Board. They don't give a damn calling Caitlin Clark the superstar of Team USA. Not a superstar, the superstar. There are a few, if any, more high-profile superstars than Clark. With her millions of Instagram followers, it's credible. In fairness, if you're talking about Instagram followers, Angel Reese is actually bigger. And I do believe that off the court, Angel Reese is as big of a... I think she's as big of a... I think she's like a larger-than-life celebrity-type figure, whereas Caitlin Clark is known exclusively for the basketball. I think Angel Reese, like when it's all said and done, Angel Reese like is going to be a star in her own right because of all the stuff she does off the floor, while being a very good player. So it says here, with her millions of Instagram followers, it's an incredible thing she's not even played a senior FIBA game left. I mean, literally just had the Olympics and didn't pick her. Giving a huge spotlight to San Juan. It's always important to remember that Clark's game at least lives up to the hype and anticipation. At least lives up to it. And as well as this, like, if you guys are reading this article here, and this is the funniest thing, because FIBA don't have to give it a flying fuck about narratives. Like, the only thing FIBA care about is, getting people to watch and promoting the sport of basketball. They don't care about promoting everyone equally. Fuck no. They just need as many eyes as possible and see what happens. But global superstar with an army. I don't know why they're using the Instagram as the barometer, because if that is the barometer, Angel Reese is in fact bigger. I don't understand that one. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, social media likes, Angel Reese got more likes on Twitter. It's like, yeah, Angel Reese's fans, unfortunately, for her, there would be a much bigger argument about Angel Reese's popularity in comparison to Caitlin Clark's if Angel Reese's fans actually watched her play basketball. Like, that is the issue. That is the biggest issue. Because let's be real, like, these games are going to have 100 times, like, I mean, I lie by saying 100 times, but like these games are probably going to double on Rivals viewership. They're probably going to double the viewership on Rivals. And for people being like, oh, people are watching for these other players too. And it's like, Caitlin Clark is the only non-Rivals player on the team. But I'm translating some almost unique, intense spotlight thrust upon the World Cup qualifying tournaments. Ready to live the dream once again. There's no way... better way in getting just tossed into the fire. Not just because of her relevance to those went before, because she is someone who already knows the FIBA game so well. Already an exclusive club players who've not played not once, but twice the FIBA U19s, which is actually kind of rare that a player plays twice, because to play twice at the U19s, it means you need to make the team 2 years up, which is rare. Like, it's very rare people making a team 2 age groups up. This is every kid's dream. As my first time playing for senior national teams, so that poses a different aspect. There's no better way than just getting tossed in the fire. I feel like I was just a young girl watching these senior national teams or watching the teams at the Olympics or World Cup, and obviously now being 24, being able to put on this jersey. Any person on this team who has the opportunity to wear this jersey, so many amazing players have put on the jersey before you. She's wearing literally Taurasi's jersey, which is huge, which is absolutely huge. But whatever about the quotes, this is kind of just a mad thing here. Like, time will tell if she added her name to the long list of USA greats most successful in the national team in history down the years, but there's no denying so much attention on Clark's debut. There'll come at a time when legendary Sue Bird is at the helm of USA women's basketball, and she's obviously talking about Sue Bird, but there's something very much big in this as well. Obviously, her talking about Kiki Iriafen, and I think where is it? Sorry, it's here. But when Caitlin Clark finally takes score for the senior national team debut, it will end one of the most highly anticipated waits for a debut in the history of the women's game. Someone said that translates almost unique situation, ready to live the dream, and once again show her she's worth the hype. The former Iowa standout no doubt takes standout no doubt take the latest stratospheric levels of attention in her stride. Acutely aware of what representing a country means, she knows exactly what's required to help extend one of the longest winning streaks. But the baller with the very brightest future is Shirley Clark herself. As she picks up her senior United States baton, everyone's on the edge of their seats and holding their breath to see if she will come up with the kind of blockbuster performances and moments that everyone is waiting for. Basically, it is Caitlin Clark and friends, according to FIBA. Like, in the main article about Team USA did not mention Paige Bueckers, did not mention Angel Reese. It mentioned Kiki Iriafen because Caitlin Clark spoke about Kiki Iriafen. But that's it. That's it. This is what it was. It was mentioning those players. It was mentioning the players that Caitlin Clark talked about, the players that realistically Caitlin Clark felt were worth talking about, were important to the team and some underrated players. And look, if you're Caitlin Clark, shining light on an underrated player like Kiki Iriafen is probably good. But FIBA are absolutely, this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. They are pushing Caitlin Clark as the face. They don't care about all this bullshit WNBA stuff. They don't care about this weird narrative that the extremely left-leaning Caitlin Clark is some far-right person. They don't give a flying fuck about that. FIBA don't care. They don't care, and they rightfully don't care. It is a good thing that FIBA don't care. Because if FIBA cared, then we're in a situation where FIBA caring about this, like, it's just bad for basketball. And FIBA don't care. All they care about is basketball. And that's the best thing about this, is that the body that is showing all this are pure hoops. And like, I cannot wait to see all the nonsense bullshit narrative from Americans criticizing the world governing basketball body because of the fact that the world governing basketball body are promoting a person who is the only reason anyone's watching World Cup qualifiers. I mean this when I say this. World Cup qualifiers, nobody ever watches. Like, I don't think people understand this. Like, Americans don't understand this. Nobody watches World Cup qualifiers. Like, all of these players saying like, oh, you know, I don't know how they found them, but like, we always used to watch these games on TV. No, they didn't. They might have tried to find World Cup games. They probably watched the Olympics because the Olympics was on TV. Maybe you can find some way to watch World Cup games. But World Cup qualifiers, you don't understand how far you have to go to get these games. Actually, maybe, were they on YouTube? Have they been on YouTube the last couple of years? They might have been free on YouTube. But like, I'm not joking. Nobody watches these games. Nobody has ever watched these games. Men's or women's. No one has ever watched them. Olympic qualifying terms in the men's, people watch. Yes. Olympic qualifying terms in the women's. Maybe they do. Oh, not really. But like, people don't watch these games. And I need you to make this clear. Before this crop of young and turned players, nobody watched these games. Ever. Ever. These are glorified exhibitions. And they're going to be the most watched women's basketball events in literally the last 8 months. And you might be saying, oh, but like, it's because of all these other players too. Every single one of them played in Unrivaled, a league whose viewership is down like 40% at times, has down like 30%, was down 40%, prior to the Philly game, and is down 20% since then. Like, it went up, but like 20% on last year since then. And even with the new TV ratings, still tanked. Like, the 1v1 tournament tanked. Like, the ratings for Unrivaled have not been good. Like, there's been positive for Unrivaled, yes, absolutely, but the ratings have been terrible. If they're like, at the end of the day, people only care about this tournament because of one player and one player only. And I hate saying this, because let's be very, very real. When I want to talk, I'll talk about women's college basketball. And I understand the viewership. The viewership is big because people are hyped up for these individual schools. But what we're not going to see is like Caitlin Clark-esque, even Juju, like what Juju versus Paige last year. Like, we don't forget how big that game was. How big Juju v. Paige was. Like, there's none of those players in women's college basketball because the media have failed miserably on Michaela Blake's. On promoting Michaela Blake's because she's as good as any of them. But like, it's one of these things where it takes, like, people will watch these games anyway if you're fans of schools. But like, to choose to watch any sort of basketball, there has to be players that make you want to watch. No one even close to what Caitlin Clark, to doing that on the women's side, like Caitlin Clark. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.